recording for this one, so we actually have high quality recordings for each of these. What's up, gamers? I'm spikevegeta here for match 2 of the KH2 Randomizer Hard Logic Tourney, the little invitational that I'm throwing down. In our first match, Zach took down Met off the big skipping STT, found the torn pages to find the proof of connection, and we can't forget that proof of non-existence sitting there at the back part of core, the final chest. Absolutely, we didn't call it out, but the absolutely legendary Master Form fires to get where he had to go to make that work. Absolutely incredible stuff. But we are now going into match 2. We got 2 of the absolute best in the game, high-quality runners all throughout the week. We got Ninten. Y'all have known him forever, one of the absolute legends of Kingdom Hearts speedrunning, Kingdom Hearts 2 in particular. We got Ninten taking on VGmaster, ready to throw down in match 2. Again, they need to find all 3 proofs. They need to get to the end of the seed. Thankfully for my voice, and for all of you having to listen to me, I'm not the only one talking today. I am joined now in the booth by Double a Dewey. How you doing, gamer?
I was doing good. I was just listening to your voice. Like, I don't know what the problem is.
Hell yeah, gamer. Yeah, if you want to explain a little bit about your background, I know obviously you're a very successful KH2 Rando runner as well.
I would like to think so. As far as my background, I've been playing Rando since June of 2020. And I'm mainly known for the skips that are in the game. Sonic initially found the Sean Yu skip, but then I was the one that really optimized it and made the first tutorial for it.
Oh, thank you. That's awesome.
Yeah, and then core skip I found, at least the one we use for Rando. And then I also made the tutorial for that one, which I actually remade that tutorial like a month ago. It's really good now. Please watch it.
Watch it. It's good.
It's good. But yeah, I'm mainly known for those skips. I'm also known for fighting Sephiroth. Yeah.
Sounds good. Excited to get to chill with you during this for match 2 of the tourney. Should be getting underway here very shortly. They both just readied up. I'm going to be ready on the timer this time, chat. I'm waiting to see those yeses get popped. Oh my god, I'm so excited, chat. So we got, a little bit of a slight delay right there. Ninten about 2 seconds ahead again. We're tracking this.
Ninten's already ahead. Wow, this is a crazy race.
Wow. Already VG getting smoked in this race. Let's see.
Ninten could press X so fast.
Now, immediately, it looks like Ninten wanting to go into his menu, seeing what he's got access to. I kind of like, I guess, VG's method more so here. Ooh, getting started with explosion, high jump,
That's
draw,
so nice.
and a fire boost. Oh, a second draw right there. Very, very good.
Yeah, the little early menu there might be some muscle memory because a lot of the tourneys we've been doing recently have like the movement option where you start with some movement. So a lot of time we want to menu that on so we can get to the chests a little bit quicker.
They did also both pick up a Sleeping Lion Keyblade. Again, there's about a good 25 or so Keyblades all throughout this game. And because of how the hard logic works, a lot of those are actually considered common. So they kind of get boosted up to the top a lot of the time. Again, another Keyblade there in the winner's proof. So this first fight, unless you get like a reaction boost or something, it's generally not going to make a big difference because you're getting scaled for this fight anyways. But we'll see how it goes down. Hopefully neither one of them, we go 4 for 4 on not dying to the idiots here, because dying to the idiots sucks. Let's go.
The idiots do suck. So a little bit of why they're actually in Pride Lands here first as opposed to a lot of other worlds is this world can never get fast. Well, this world cannot get faster. Like, you can maybe get some cool magic to deal with those living bones a little bit easier. But we have the dash already at the very beginning, so we can just go around his line store really quickly and get like 30-something, almost 40 checks in under 5 minutes, which, one, is just like the highest checks per minute in the game. But also, because this can't get faster, we do this first to hope we find some movement and some tools for the other worlds to make those faster.
Yeah, absolutely. Looks like they both found a report right there. Ninten went so fast, I didn't even catch what it was, but I believe it was report 3, which like we saw earlier today, Lane of Dragons is a 2, which is a little below average there. Ooh, looks like we got a library here. Report 8 coming in as well, telling us
that's a much bigger one.
Yes, that is much bigger. Agrabah is an 8, and we already have one of our 2 negative combos in the run. It's always nice to see one is external, because then, you know, no matter what, if you find the other one, even if it's on a Keyblade, you can have double negative combo.
Yeah, which is a really nice tool that can just break some pretty hard fights and make it so fast.
Now, I'm a fan of Agrabah second as well. Dewey, what's your play generally you find second? It's all things equal. You don't really know much. You come out of Pride Lands. Where do you like to go?
I actually like to go to Disney Castle. Like, it's so close to you.
Mm-hmm.
I either go to Disney Castle if I have like any amount of movement. I go there. If I don't have any movement, I go to Halloween Town because that actually used to be like the original start that we did. So I was always like, well, if we did that back then and it was fast, I'm sure it's okay without movement.
No, it's actually a very fair, like, second play, like you say, when you have no movement, because it's just such a tiny little world. There's not, the rooms are not
Agrabah is just some big rooms without movement.
Both of them get an ether there. Ethers are kind of nice to find early on. They also found Jackpot earlier, so they can hopefully build up more cash to get more ethers. Also picking up a cure here for their third important check. And also getting Cosmic Arts back there. One of the best accessories in the game. Little +2/+2 to magic and strength. Or, sorry, to magic and strength. I just said them in a weird order.
It's also 7 AP.
Yeah, definitely a nice shot here early on. Just making offensively in a little bit better position. Ninten, though, sees that 8. That is interesting. Both of them see that 8, but say, I have no movement. I don't quite want to go to Agrabah right away.
See, I definitely agree with Ninten here, because clearly he's going to go to LOD and just grab these 3 chests really quick, and hopefully that one of those 2 checks is there, and it's not. And probably dipping into Halloween Town next. See, like, I don't know if you've seen on VGs, but, like, this is a lot of running in this first round.
Yeah, I could definitely see him potentially just getting everything here in the courtyard and then just walking back to the hangar. It's actually slightly better movement-wise.
Yeah, you can actually save warp here. It's only in Rando. You do not need to unlock the next save warp. As long as you're at the right story flag, you can just advance to the next story progression. So you can go into the hangar, leave, and come back, and you'll be in Minnie's room.
Ninten finding report 7 here in the opening shotgun of Port Royal, telling you Beast Castle is a fat donut hole right there. You knew with Agrabah being an 8, something else was going to have to be small, and it looks like Agrabah took all of Beast Castle's checks. Now, just because a world is, barren of important checks does not mean it has 0 value, especially here early on when you're like, I'm still putting together a combat build. That being said, for Beast Castle, unless they really want to level up like Wisdom or Valor form, and they just want that opening bit, maybe the first like 13 or so checks, I don't see Beast Castle coming into play much at all in this race.
Yeah, the best thing I could see them doing with that would just be leveling Wisdom or Valor and then just leaving.
BG is coming over to the shotgun in Port Royal as well, looking like he'll be getting his report 7. Last one right here, and he'll be getting the same info that Beast Castle just... probably not going to be super sexy for this seed. Speaking of sexy, though, Ninten picking up no experience. Hell yeah.
Ooh. Is Ninten going to do it? He is. So this is actually a nice strat that was actually found by Key of the Twilight. That is, you can use Dance Call in the middle of this room and kill every single thing in this room. It's a really good, nice boost of XP. And especially when you have no movement, like it doesn't want to lose time because you're moving with the limit.
We got another early guard here on levels, just like we had on the last seed. Always nice to see guard just having a defensive option that can block, obviously, quite a few different attacks. Combo boost on the left, report 6 on the right in Space Paranoids, telling you Twilight Town's a 5.
Quick run.
Quick run. Very nice. There's our first real piece of movement. Our first 2 before that were high jumps, which high jumps are nice, especially for some of the skips they want to do. But, not super useful for going across the screen quickly.
Yeah, a little thing Nintendo caught a little late is if you do that dance call early, you need to refresh your MP. Because this fight doesn't restore it, so you gotta go touch that save.
Okay.
But, really, we want movement more than literally anything else when we're really looking. Like, even if you found, like, a reflect or something, you're like, I really wish this was a quick run.
Yeah, early on, you're saying, like, I want this in a little bit.
I want to go fast.
Yeah. Ninten electing, he's just chucking 2 ethers right there. I know I'll sometimes, with this movement, I think that makes sense. You don't have a lot.
If you had like maybe like a glide and some aerial dodge, you might like only toss like 1 and then go check those the rest of the chests in this room.
So again, we're getting an early boost of info right here. The 4 reports early on VG's side, Ninten with 4. Just has to get the 1 from Space Pyramids. You figure he'll be crossing over there as well. Also,
VG should probably be going home in town right next.
So
he'll be getting that quick run soon. Ooh,
Cura. We got Cura, our first 2 magics, the best magic in the game. Yeah, Ninten going over. They're going to be crossing over each other's steps in this moment. Yeah, the double draw with aerial spiral, really nice for that door,
It destroys that door. When he did the RC, he almost had enough for another door.
They just keep it coming. Double fire boost, double thunder boost. So that means fires and thunders are going to be locked deep into the seed. You're still looking for like a good amount of offensive tools as well. They could have access to maybe like one of Donald's limits or something, but at the very least early on, aerial spiral, explosion, you definitely have some very, very good combo modifiers. Yeah, Ninten picking up that report 6 as well with that second thunder boost. Learning that we didn't really bring it up earlier, but yes, Twilight Town is a 5. Twilight Town, only a 2 in our first seed this morning. 5 a little more average for it. Rocks 50-something checks, and for about every 10 checks in a world, you expect there's going to be 1 important check, the way the math kind of works out for it.
Yeah. I like there being like at least like 4 checks in Twilight Town, because like in a lot of seeds, assuming it's not like an instant go mode seed where you find all the proofs in the first like 2 minutes, it's really nice. It's a nice world that can help you like level final a lot. It's a lot of really good checks there, and if you push TT3 really early, then that's a really good spot for leveling. Yeah, and that's like a meta play that has stayed true for the entirety of Rando being in its existence.
Twilight Town is just such an incredible a powerful play, like you're bringing up. There's so many things more than just the number of important checks there are there. There's not a ton of super difficult combat, a couple of berserkers you need to work around everything, but yeah, like 50-something checks. It's really good for leveling up both Sora's Heart, his levels, and dry form levels, master form and final form in particular. You can even, when you're going up Disney Tower in TT1, you can do a little bit of leveling of all the other forms. Tons and tons of value there. But because we want to do some leveling of those forms, it's generally not a super early play people will go into. We'll see how quickly both of our players elect to go there, knowing it's a 5 and what other info they can put together. What's worth pointing out also that VGmaster, after getting the courtyard, elected to just leave Disney Castle. Looks like Ninten is at least going to get this additional check here and see if he goes a little deeper. Nah, he's going to be bailing out as well.
Yeah, I'm not sure if VG knows about the save warp there.
All right, and we are dead ass.
We're entering Agrabah. Here we go.
They have both done
they've gone to all the exact same things and met in the exact same place at the same time, which is always what you want to see in a race like this with such good runners.
All right, chat, I want to get your prediction. Out of 8 important checks in this world, how many will they have by the end of the Abu Escort? If you guessed 0, you're automatically wrong because there's report 10.
I'm going to guess 4.
Ooh, second seed in a row where World That Never Was is only a 1.
Blue 1.
I can say it's a blue 1.
It is definitely blue. So, and if anyone doesn't realize that, it means that it's a hinted hint with hint logic. All you really need to know is if it's a world with a blue number, it usually means it's more likely to have a proof. Not wanting to get into all the nitty gritty of the logic.
Yeah, so that was actually Curaga. About to say, was that a cure? Yeah, I think they both got the same 2 cures. Yeah. Like this all lines up. Yeah, so it's at least a 1, but only a 1 so far in that first room. Again, the way the hard logic works is basically the deeper you go into the world, the higher weighted checks become, and it's usually broken up by rooms. So like this room, as opposed to the last big room, this is now sphere like 2 or 3 in Agrabah. And just as you go through, the numbers go all the way up to sphere 17. Unfortunately, VG is getting every tent to break except for the one he wanted. Was able to get it there. Only an AP boost, but both of them getting torn pages in the corner.
And also, I think chat wants you to add that cure to Halloween Town for VG.
Oh, I see. Thank you. I said, keep me honest, chat.
Using Speedster here.
Ooh, the Speedster strats from Ninten. I like it.
I don't know if that was intentional.
Yeah.
Does that break the 10?
Oh, that's so sick.
That's awesome.
There's a way to actually break that fucking tent.
At least it breaks the tent? That's awesome.
Yeah, because when you don't have an offensive magic like Fire, Blizzard, or Thunder, or a Dry Form, you just sit there with your thumb up your ass, not able to break in there. Oh my god.
Yeah, this is what happens when you play the same game for 10 years. You just know everything.
Yeah, it helps a lot. Oh my god, is this actually going to be a 2 in Agrabah? We are one check away.
There's a lot of 3s.
Wow. Yeah,
hard logic and a hard logic, I guess.
Holy buckets. You're expecting to come here to Agrabah. So a part of me was sitting there like, I still would have gone Agrabah second right there because you could get a lot of info, know a lot about some worlds. Like, some worlds don't have anything. As it turns out, no, neither one of them were hurt at all. Waiting till now. They got one piece of info. Yeah, confirmed 2 up through a Boo escort.
Not a single person said 2. I just checked.
Wow, I can't believe
there were so many 3s.
Yeah, that is extremely low odds. VG's saying, okay, let's go over to Olympus Coliseum then. We got paid out with like nothing, and I don't blame either one of them. If they maybe the most I could see was like maybe they looked to see if Donald had either Fantasia or Duck Flare. Otherwise, your offensive play is Explosion. Maybe put on like a negative combo. Use Speedster a couple times. Yeah, I don't blame either of them for bailing out there.
Ooh, an Air Lodge and 100 Acre for Ninten. I definitely prefer what Ninten's doing here. And a Secret Port 5.
Wow, okay.
I definitely think I prefer what Ninten's doing here because I don't know if you can see, but on VG's screen, quick running down this slope makes me sad. Also, report 12 for VG.
Yeah, report 12. Everything's a 1. That's what I'm reading.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Everything's in Agrabah.
Halloween Town is a 1 and Sora's Heart is a 1. That is what we have learned.
Like, chat, I know Agrabah's an 8, but there's 50 important checks in this game.
Okay. All of a sudden, like, as a group chat, I believe we have 7 reports found out of the 13. Got a combination boost right there. But yeah, it was nice that he got the Olympus Stone. Unfortunately, he still doesn't have access.
Just switching back and forth.
They're just trading plays back and forth right here.
Yeah. These are both players that really know like the meta and then like the really consistent plays that are typically the best checks per minute. So we're going to see a lot of trading off. The race is going to get really interesting once we get a little later into the seed where they're both like, where do I go? Okay, I'm going to make a play.
Once again, that is report 5 in 100 Acre Wood early on, telling them that Halloween Town is a 1 and done. And report 12 over here. All right, we got auto final. If he can get a blue menu, if he can get hit, he can fly down the rest of this. That's the strat. Let's go, dude.
The movement.
Now, we had Sora's Heart, again, which is his levels in this. That was a 1 in the last seed, but the 1 was on level 9. It was very early on. It was kind of nice knowing, okay, I don't have to... as long as my stats are okay and I have good combat tools, I don't have to worry about leveling. So neither one of our runners in the last race actually ever did any grinding of any sort. Be interesting to see if this one could be all the way up on like level 50 or something, because once again, just like in Worlds, the deeper in levels you go, the higher odds it has of having something important. We got VG, the first going into Hollow Bastion, while
Ninten going into Twilight Town.
Yep.
I did not think anyone was going to go for Twilight Town for a while, especially with levels being a 1.
Yeah, levels a 1, Twilight Town a 5. So there's a little bit of value here. Again, most of what you're reading is nothing here, nothing here, nothing here, nothing here. So you got to eventually guess on something.
Zach making a point that they didn't have any XP boosts to even attempt to grind in their race.
Like, technically, like, you can still quote-unquote grind.
Yeah,
but
like the nobodies give you a lot of XP, and also, like, in SP, you can also get a lot of it,
But I would specifically only grind if it just felt like, man, my stats
that was such
are
a
just
fast
really
damage
bad.
and death abuse.
Yeah, that was their
so
Ninten's
fast.
defense very low here.
Like, that was literally like how fast it is in the vanilla game when you're here. Like, the strat of just getting hit like twice, like helping for the air. Ooh.
100 Acre 1 is a 2. We already got a report back there, chat. Can we get 2 seeds in a row with a proof as the one other thing in 100 Acre Wood? Man, we just keep reading reports and we're like, all right, yep, that's tiny.
Yeah, like, I'm assuming Hollow Bastion is going to be really, because it's just a big world when you also incorporate Core being in there. I'm assuming the Hollow Bastion is going to be the one that's going to be like double digits.
Yeah, I that's
if
kind
any
of
of them, I think it's the most likely.
Yeah, because what are like the big worlds? I mean, Simulated Twilight Town sitting right there.
Yeah, I feel like the biggest ones are just Twilight Town, Hollow Bastion. Yeah, that's it. STT is quite a lot of checks. People really like to undervalue that just because it's a time commitment. And I'm sure later tonight we're going to see Salad go there in the first 10 minutes. And Salad loves his STT.
It is worth pointing out also that, report 1 was on the Bailey, so VG just got his 8th report already, telling him
DC
that
is
Disney
a 3.
Castle is a 3, and we have...
So that's all in Timeless River. Well, and the mini escort, but so that's actually all, like, out for the taking. Yep. And VG might go back there. And he also never got those extra 2 chests. He doesn't know that those aren't important, but it's also, like, a nice thing for him to push at this point. Because pushing the mouse is not that slow.
No, and with quick running it actually makes it a lot more accessible for people to learn it. I love the couple months back when people taught me the quick run variant. It's
so hard.
I'm still turbo trash at it, but like, you think it's harder?
I just push with normally.
Oh, okay.
People like to dodge roll it sometimes. Or there's also like a nice strat for both escorts that what you can dodge roll to get like the little bit of a distance you need, and you can cancel the end lag of it by just spamming triangle and getting the RC. That's another one that people like to do.
I believe for the runners, they've already found 3 high jumps and 3 quick runs.
VG definitely has quick run 3 here.
Yeah, level 3 quick run, honestly, when you don't have a glide, it feels really good. Ninten
also,
looks like
Ninten
our first
picking up
drive. Yep.
Yeah, do you want to quickly explain the stat sanity setting?
Yeah, stat sanity I think is the coolest thing that has happened to KH2
awesome. I love it.
in a while. Where basically all of the checks that used to be like, they pulled from a pool that was just, oh, you get an item real quick. I'm just moving fire up right here. Our first like offensive magic. That's great. Normally they were from a pool that was like, oh, your HP, your MP increases, your item slots, drive gauges, accessory slots, armor slots, all of those pulled from their same pool. They now have stat sanity where all of those are in the rest of the pool with everything else. So it actually balances things to where you're going to find stuff earlier. Be able to find like HP increases and MP increases earlier, drive gauges earlier. And there's just more checks on later sections of the game. Like, Pride Lands is no longer an awful play to go to, for example. So.
Oh, yeah. And the great thing is also, like I said, you get a lot of things earlier. And on average, it means you're going to have a lot more health. Which is why, like, crit rando is really hard sometimes. Because on average, you have, like, 25 HP, and it's horrible. So you get like one shot by everything in final fights, and it can be really brutal. And you have to play really smart, really good mouse push by VG there.
Yeah, really good. Worth pointing out on Ninten's side right here, he's doing like a lot of moving around because he's going to have his first really hard piece of combat right here. He's going to have to take on the Berserkers. So he's got Explosion. I'm not sure if he had a Donald limit or anything to utilize. A goofy thing worth pointing out besides the dog on screen is that he actually has access to all 5 of the auto forms before he has access to a form. So be interested to see like if they play around that at all. Drives haven't been hinted yet, and they both have 8 reports.
Yeah, also a small thing to keep in mind is the generator that we can use stat sanity with, the beta of the 2.0 generator, also makes hard logic a little bit more brutal. So yeah, the waiting can be a little bit brutal sometimes.
Oh, really? I actually didn't know about the... Are we talking about just like the update recently?
The longer beta double? Was there an update?
The one I was going off of, I don't know, we'll talk about it later. Either way, it's hard. It's hard logic.
I need to update mine, I guess. Yeah. Either way, the waiting is still like, it's still there, but like there was a point where hard logic was like effectively very hard. That's how it felt.
Do like the options here from Ninten. If you are low on tools, just utilizing the negative combo right there, getting the claymores.
This is scary.
Oh. That's our first real death of the run. And yeah, he was trying to get in one hit and then go for an explosion. So he could grab the claymores and then keep that going.
Like, a comment I always make is the fact that, like, it's really nice to see when this fight goes really fast, because when it doesn't, God, it's such a hard fight.
Yeah.
it can kill you out of nowhere, especially with no tools. Like, because if you can hit the berserkers with a finisher, they'll drop that claymore, and it's a nice, safe way to deal with it. But when there's all 3 there, you can parry off of them really easily. It's just like, it does not like you to get a hit.
And like you said,
there's also below the damage floor.
Yeah, I'm about to say, it looks like looking over, Ninten has 22 magic right now. So the explosion with the combo boost is doing like pretty solid damage, but also looking over at VG right now, 0 for 3 over there. Nope, 1 for 3.
You were saying?
His 9th report. STT is a 0.
Thank God.
Oh my gosh. Agrabah 2 is going to have everything. And here's the thing,
it's literally
chat.
all at Agrabah 2.
Agrabah 2 is Fire, Blizzard, Thunderlocked. They have, as a team, we're making this a co-op. Y'all got to realize. We have found a fire in Hollow Bastion 2, unhinted. That's it. Wow. STT is 0. It was a 4 in the last seed. Probably was the #1 factor that got Zach the win in the last race. Ooh, yeah. Ninten's going to have to option over and just take hitting one of these guys. Thankfully, the Claymore will also keep you safe during the RC right here.
Yeah, okay, this should be confirmed.
Chaining this together as long as he can.
They have so much health.
Yeah. When he's down to 1, I could see him just trying to go for a single
explosion
combo.
Thank God.
Even Ninten, yeah, like, that was pretty scary. That's all right, chat. There's 5 more seeds after this where SCT could be the play. SCT had a torn page. Zach just found the other 2 torn pages to get to the last proof in the last seed. Still only 1 of the 5 important checks. All we know is Twilight Town and Agrabah collectively are locking, 10 more of our checks from us?
Yeah. And we're running out of worlds to have a lot of checks.
Yeah. Like right now, as a team, there's not a lot of reports left. As a team, they have not seen, 2, 11, and 13? Only 3 reports left.
Reflect for 2. Okay. Oh, that's really nice to get.
And
Valor form.
Okay, bada bing, bada boom. Can we keep it going? Nope, not 3 in a row. That's okay. We got to temper.
That's so nice.
We got to temper our expectations. Reflect Valor form, which is our first form. Taking a plunge death right there. I mean, that's if you're gonna drop a death, that is a quick one to have.
Yeah, it's something we actually didn't mention is with that hard logic and with Twilight Town being such a powerful world, you're almost always going to be going to the 3rd visit. Chicken Little, which is so nice with Explosion. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. Negative combo.
It's so likely for that to pay out.
Oh my god. Yeah. Beautiful. And Trinity Limit.
Oh.
Didn't get to see it a lot in the last seed. It showed up a little bit late, but yeah, obviously a great combo
master.
Speaking of combo master. Yeah,
Combo master is a great ability
with your team.
What did you say?
I said a great limit you can use with your team. Oh, what?
Oh, you were talking about Trinity. I thought you were saying Combo Master was, and I was like, what?
What? Is he making shit up?
I was like, have I misunderstood this ability for several years?
Oh, yeah. Did you not know? It actually buffs the duck. Did you know? Yeah,
Damn. I thought Duck Flare did enough.
It's going up on about the 30-minute mark. They know so much. There's one left in Twilight Town. If it wasn't for Chicken Little, I could have seen Ninten potentially bailing right there. But instead, he's
with Chicken Little, I can definitely see this being a really good, easy play. And also, he's going to gain, like, he's at, like, level, like, 13, I think. He's going to go up to at least, like, 17 just from this fight.
Yeah, which is great.
Because he gets so much XP.
It gets you over that, like, early game hump of just, like, needing a bunch of levels. Yeah, Chicken Little plus negative comboed explosion. Yeah. Let's hear. So yeah, level 14. Are you gonna be right? As it's 17. I was like, oh, an experience boost on 15. I wonder if
that's
Ninten's
absurd.
Like, I wonder if Ninten's like, can I leave? Well, then you would lose. It doesn't really have good.
You lose experience boost.
Little. Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, they're getting lifted up in the air a little bit. Yo, there's 17 for item boost coming up on level 18. Actually, been close to level 19. Yeah, this was beautiful. 18.
I made a guess.
Yeah, I was sitting there just like I was like, what level do you get to? Because like at 13, the game expects you to probably be like level 40 at this point. So getting here at level 13, yeah. And again, these explosions
even in the speed run, we're here at like level like 31.
Yeah,
like...
yeah. Yeah, I know you were talking about that before we went live. That you've been working on the Kingdom Hearts 2, the gummy skip mod, which is just like, that's a godsend. That's so good.
Yeah, Ninten was gracious enough to actually create a bounty for gummy skip, which is a great thing. It just removes all the gummy missions, and because no one likes those. And so VG's been really pushing that as well. A lot of runners have come back for it, and there's a lot of rando runners that are starting to dip into it. I think I've heard that CJ might dip into it. Jared has started, who we'll see in the race later today. And obviously, I mentioned, I have. And it's just a lot of fun to kind of play the normal game after playing rando for so long.
Aerial dive, another really good combo modifier right there. Your best like aerial launcher in the game. I could see Ninten maybe trying to keep his drive gauge. Nah, he's got 6, so he'll be able to.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
The great thing about having just an additional drive gauge, chat, is that
you can summon twice.
You can summon twice. You could Valor or Wisdom form twice. Like just
that's double experience boost here.
We went from in the first seed, no experience boost to double. Now, once again, Sora's Heart is only a 1, but like still like the amount you could get in stats, in just finding other checks that while they're not important, maybe
Wisdom form. Okay, so Twilight Town's done.
Twilight Town is done. Once again, pre the Between Betwixt.
Is he gonna try to take damage and XP boost with nothing? Okay, no. Okay. Got a little worried there.
Yeah, he's checking out this check. Yeah.
Since he does have forms, he can force final at any point if he really wants to just kind of... Because you really want a good final level a lot of the time to just start going into the world that never was, and a lot of other worlds you can kind of just destroy it with, especially once he gets that fire from HB, which Ninten hasn't touched.
Let's see.
Instead opting to go to BC, like the leveling Valor Wisdom like we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, So this doesn't surprise me. This is a really good way to just like get your drives up like pretty quickly. You could do Valor and Wisdom right here. He'll probably run out before, well, he can get Valor to 4. And then will you see him revert and then start doing some Wisdom forming?
Yeah. I might have done Wisdom here because you can maybe do Valor before Roxas since the Shadows have more health.
Right. Oh, yeah, so there's his maxed out Valor form. Yeah, he's
usually
he'll
like run out there.
The fight, yeah.
Yeah. There's definitely more places to level Wisdom than Valor, so I completely understand that.
Now we got a scary situation here for VG. Yeah, getting far enough away to break the aggro. Yeah, So again, not criticizing the play. There's a reason why they're in this tournament and I'm not. Like, I would have almost wondered Do you do this if you have a glide? Like, almost just leave
Yeah,
it here.
he's probably searching for a glide because it's the 0, so there's like more opportunity for there to be some movement here.
Yeah, I could see him just going up
for.
2 thresholders. So this could be one of those plays where he maybe takes a left here, goes up to West Wing first, and then exits from Bell's room. Looks like he's going to like to go to Bell's room. He might just get these like 2 checks and leave.
I've never really known if it's better to which direction to go when you're just dipping, because since you end up in this cutscene and you kind of skip this room, a lot of the time it means that you're not going to be able to really get it that way. And also, when he enters the proper progression, like the normal story progression, he'll be further in this room, so he might be able to get a little bit more chests quicker. So it kind of evens out back and forth, because if you go the other way, you're closer to the save point. It's really minuteness, but like a lot of different. That wasn't a word. I'm sorry.
I did like the minuteness.
Yeah, it's a new one. We made one up today.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe. Now, unfortunately, to focus back over on VG, didn't take the negative combo. I actually really liked that decision-making by Ninten. You're seeing it's just making this fight slightly more awkward. And again, they just don't have a lot of offensive options. So, died once, evening it out with Ninten here, but then took a second death.
Explosion whiffing.
Yeah. Like I said, just that one, like, cutting that kind of wasted hit out of the combo. Definitely, I think, made a difference for Ninten. Just made this explosion flow a little bit better in his combat, of which they don't have a lot of tools. Now, if you can push past this, you get Chicken Little, you get 2 experience boosts, you get Valor Form, you get Wisdom Form.
Speaking of which, I think that Ninten might be experience boosting here.
Okay, he might.
Which is going to be really hard.
Final.
Oh, he might be.
No! I'm wrong.
Oh, okay. So this is going to be kind of sketchy. With just negative combo explosion without using a summon, because he doesn't have Stitch, which is what you really want here, because Stitch is the only one that won't heal you. So this is gonna be kind of scary.
Yeah, I do like it with a single negative combo on. Like, he does have double draw. He's under half health. Let's see, he still has the negative on. Yeah, that's what you want to see. Oh, the combo master, he can just literally reflect into an explosion. And once he's set up on
really smart.
Once he's set up on the 3rd monitor, I think he could just do a physical strike into each of them.
Yeah.
But yeah,
able
right
to catch
now,
them
that
easily.
reflect is so good. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really smart play.
Yeah. Now he can just like wedge himself up in the corner. They will keep spawning for him.
Ooh, this is what I was worried about, though.
If he gets off that explosion, he's pretty much good to go. Like, at that point, he can just start blasting.
And something that we, like, not a lot of people talk about is when you've made a play, it's really hard to leave. Like, a lot of the time when you've already kind of been there, you're kind of there for the long haul. You're like, I'm here, I'm going to make this work because it's a play.
All right, VG able to push through the Sandlot fight on the 3rd try, so he'll be getting his big old booster pack here in Twilight Town momentarily, starting with the Reflect.
Yeah. Smart taking off auto limit there to make sure that it doesn't take priority over any of the RCs.
Yeah. I do find, definitely, like, I find it pretty hard to accidentally, like, to just get into the auto forms, because the screens do, for the most part, take priority.
Yeah, but like it's a little sketchy sometimes. If you think you're close enough to the screen to like get the RC. Okay.
All right, he should be good to go now.
He's taking just reflecting for a bit. I'm sure he'll just go until he runs out of MP and then he'll just leave just to count his levels.
It looks like. Ooh, he potioned instead. Do you take... I think a hit here kills him.
Please, okay, I was like, I would not risk it. Just go, please. Ninten, please go.
Yeah, he has...
Okay, I think he might just kill... Oh my god, no! He was being greedy about it. Oh.
Yeah. It's hard to know, and it's probably a little nerve-wracking that you know there is one on, Sora's heart, so it's kind of in the back of your mind. But I'm kind of like you. I'm feeling like you do have Twilight Town as an option there.
So, but also, like, he got really unlucky there, because if you notice, every single time he got hit by those combos, he only got hit twice, but that time he got hit 3 times.
That's
because he got hit by every single hit of the combo from the Strafer, which is so unlucky.
Yeah, he wanted to get hit by the 2 of them again. Anyone who doesn't know how experience boost works, you gain double EXP when you are at or below half health. So he was trying to get hit for a specific amount of damage in order to go under that halfway point. Just unfortunately got hit by the full combo.
Yeah, and it's really hard to not be greedy about it, because he has both experience boosts, which means he gets triple experience whenever he's in that same health range. VG pushing that 8 aggro.
Yeah, I was wondering when we were going to see this.
I'm sure Ninten is either leveling for Agrabah or for Roland ever was, because we're kind of reaching that point where you start being like, do I just quick run Roxas?
Right.
Or like, oh no. This is
Rando, this is actually pretty safe with just a basic physical hit. He's waiting for his MP to come back. He should be good to go. The only thing that's weird is you kind of push yourself out of that wedged corner. Now let's see if he can start, using the reflect, start inching his way back over. All right, VG going to be the first one checking deeper into aggro. We got to get at least one here. Surely, right? Surely,
it's just like
right?
you push yourselves a little closer, and then explosion kind of pushes you right back, because you get a little bit pushback from whenever you actually do the explosion.
Now Ninten should be pretty safe. He's just bringing this down as far as he can go. Still has not seen the 1 on levels, I believe.
Oh, that was such a terrible death to get.
Yeah. Money
I've never
pouch
seen
at the
that
very
sound
least
like
on
that.
level 34.
Ooh.
Ooh. Ninten being a little risky with this, just enough to get level 35. It's not.
He knows how long
check.
this takes.
Yeah, the only thing that makes me nervous that we got Duck
Flare.
For it. Okay.
That's huge, especially since they're playing on PC. Duck Flare does have the buff that you see in all those speedruns.
Worth pointing out, VG did not actually push deeper into Twilight Town. He elected to bail after getting Chicken Little. He knows there's one thing left there. He doesn't know what it is, obviously. Now he's
Which is only wisdom, so...
Nice refill of the drive gauge right there. I almost would have, debatably just taken the finisher right there.
Yeah,
magnet. Okay, finally, important check number 3 from Agrabah. We got a baby magnet.
If they have a finishing plus, I'm not sure if they do, then they can magnet into explosion, which is a really nice tool for mob fights, and would have made that Space Paranoids push a lot safer.
Yeah. Yeah, unfortunately, I do not, unless they got a bunch of keyblades
I don't think
early
they
on,
do.
but I don't remember seeing a finish plus. I do know there was a second chance.
Ninten for the first time going to Hollow Bastion.
Oh, this is HB1 for him. Which, looking over, this is
he has that fire.
Yeah, he's got it's got the fire, and it's got the Disney Castle is a 3. So you expect Ninten's going to see that and probably go back there pretty quickly.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost a little surprised we didn't see Ninten just take those levels he got from Space Paranoids and then just immediately go back to Agrabah.
Yeah, I'm really surprised by this push.
But again,
he probably was like looking at he's probably being like, oh, do I go to Agrabah where the number was? And was like, I haven't been to HB1. I should probably at least touch that world.
Yeah, it's a big world. Again, we're looking at the intel chat. People brought it up in chat earlier that with this many reports, we have 23 intel. There's so many things that are not hinted right now that you're expecting with 0 proofs, there is probably at least 1 proof that is not hinted right now. Or they're all Blizzard and Thunder locked in Agrabah 2. I don't know.
Yeah, that's what I'm worried about, and VG is really banking on something being on Blizzard and Fire Lords, because he cannot push forward without the Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder. Yeah. He only needs Blizzard and Thunder right now, but they have not found a lot of magic, and there's nothing.
There are
horrible. There's 5 checks in
important
Agrabah too.
that are fire, blizzard, thunder locked, and as a group, we have a fire. Holy buckets! That's
VG
awesome.
pushing into world number was.
Ooh.
A glide.
Our first glide. That was at 40.
They're real.
In minute 43, we get a glide, chat. We also get a full bloom right there. Nice +3 to your strength stat. Yeah, it looks like... I'm trying to see here, is this just going to be a quick run on 2 glides?
And another one.
There are 2 glides in the first room. And
a report.
11. Okay, and that's it. That is the only
report was
report
done
here. OC is a 6.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, that's a big report. That is a big report. And that's his 11th report. He's going to
immediately use that information.
Yeah. Yeah.
I hate when they're playing before rocks, because it really is. There's only some players that'll really just only like dip the first 4 chests.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't like to until they're actually going over what the number was. And so many times there's like a proof there, like a report or a form.
Yeah, that is a big piece of information. Yeah, I would not be surprised if it's a little bit till Ninten goes to that 1, and as it turns out, it was the report, and it's a big one potentially. This has a blizzard or a thunder in it. This obviously just has some of the proofs.
VG doesn't have Comma Master on. He was trying. Oh no, I think he. So no, he was trying to get Hades to hit him, and he would reflect it to get the hits. Hades doesn't like to cooperate.
Another quick run there for Ninten.
1. Ninten was at quick run 1 because there was 2 in HP.
Oh, gross. Yeah, so now they've got a little bit of a combat build put together. Again, they got Explosion. They got a Magnet from Agrabah. I say they. VG's got a Magnet right now. They get a Finishing Plus, like you're saying, just the standard Finishing Plus from a Magnet into an Explosion. Very, very good.
So VG has a good magic stat, but not a great strength stat. So this is actually kind of interesting, especially if any of them actually push into some deeper worlds. Ninten's gonna have an easier time with them, with the extra stats he has. But Ninten also, like, we didn't really mention it, but he lost a lot of time to that level grind because he died twice.
I would say it about evened out the fact that VG took extra deaths on the Sandlot fight, but yeah, like, in terms of just, like, amount of checks.
Ninten also died in Sandlot.
He died once, VG died 2 times, yeah, so it's probably, I would say from a raw checks per minute standpoint, VG's a little bit ahead. They're now tied up in Hollow Bastion. Ninten's saying, I want to go deeper, though.
Yeah, Ninten got that, the report 1 in the fire. But yeah, Ninten has that Chicken Little, so this fight's free for him. Whereas the VG one here with nothing.
Yeah.
So I think he has some okay things for. He might do the first part of Core Skip. He might try to pull out some crazy Wisdom Core Skip. I could see that. But it's kind of annoying to progress Core without a glide. But Ninten's really good. He knows his Core Skips. He knows a lot of different ways to do it as well. So VJ getting to use Limit Form on Cerberus since he has that Olympus Stone. That's like actually just a lore item that just in-game they're like, oh, you can't use your drive until you have this thing. I don't think it actually does anything, but Sonic made it so if you pick it up earlier, you can use your forms in the world.
Yeah, which is very cool. I almost want there to be more instances of that.
So do I. And the money pouches obviously don't normally give you 5,000 money each, but they do in Rando. Oh my gosh, look at that magic. Pushing him just enough and it was a cure.
Very creative, and it got him a scan. We've been playing without a scan this whole seed so far. Maximum MP.
Okay. He's probably not going to be pushing into... Oh, Auto Master. I forgot, because he has second chance, so he can level up his Master.
An accessory slot for VG pushing into OC. So that's nice to get some of those stats up a little bit.
It's so hard to tie.
Yeah, so getting punched here, he has second chance, but not once more. So
yeah, and that second hit comes a little fast. Okay, now he has to escape with Master, and the Ghost is not going to give him an easy time. Cure.
Yeah, about to say, might need a cure right here. He is still...
He knows he has. He's... Oh, that aerial dodge parry.
So now he needs to use a drive recovery. Again, though, I know like the baby setups.
Yo, it's my setup. Let's go.
Which one's yours? Is it just slapping the wall or what?
Yeah, my setup is you use you grab the right side of the ledge and you drop off to get that slap on the side.
Oh, okay.
So it fixes the camera, and this is a really safe way to do this. I always recommend doing it this way as opposed to just dropping off. You can grab that the lower ledge, and if you take off high jump, you have like just enough jump to get a little bit of height without grabbing the high ledge, and it makes it a little easier to time, so you're not just kind of guessing. Finishing plus.
Okay, finishing plus to go. I mean, again, he doesn't have the magnet, but finishing plus in general, just really, really good to see.
Oh yeah, I forgot he has the fire. I was about to say, like, this is gonna suck for him to do this, but with this fire, this is the easiest way to do core skip without a doubt. He can literally just jump, air dodge, spam fire, and he'll glide up this wall.
A little behind on tracking those right there, chat. Yeah, he'll be able to go, revert out, jump up, and go. So we saw a core skip in the first run. Skipping out on that last chest. Obviously, that ended up being massive in terms of that race. Let's see if we can get a good payout, though, going through all the rest of the chests here. Got a finishing plus, at least.
Yeah, that's really good. This is gonna... A lot of people think, like, oh, I have the rest of core now. You do still have to kind of do the next little bit of platforming here. And without glide, that's hard. But especially the little, like, the master form section, kind of. Also, Kiraga there for Ninten.
Nice.
It's really hard. I think he only has air dodge 1. It doesn't have a glide to set up for it. So...
Worth pointing out, yeah, people calling out in chat, VG.
6.
VG found report 2. That is his 12th report. Literally, report 13 is his last.
Look at the amount of blue worlds that VG knows about.
So much like a Christmas tree. Everything just blasted blue right there. I don't know why blue's on the Christmas tree necessarily, but yes, all of a sudden, we just learned that Pride Lance is a 6. There's 3 more things there. Also getting Thunder for his 3rd important check of the 6 here. So now he's just a Blizzard
that's so hard.
out of Agrabah 2. Yeah,
Ninten's struggling with this
really
platforming here.
Variation.
I would have wisdom there, but that's awesome.
That's awesome. He got that done with Valor Form. The little lift on the attack right there. Beautiful stuff.
I would have been so scared of bonking with Valor there.
Uh-huh. That's why we got some of the best in the business here right now.
That's why Ninten's on stage, not us.
Again,
I changed my name in the Discord.
Remember, chat, that this is still an unhinted Hollow Bastion, but at this point now, Ninten way behind on info compared to VG. Torn pages for VG for his 4th important check in OC. 2 more here.
No.
What's he gonna do? Is this possible?
You can glide over with Wisdom if he can think about that. You can jump up and use Wisdom Fire to get across.
Yep. That's the strat.
Oh no, he's using Valor again. Oh, thank God. Okay. Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
I would have reverted, but that was so cool.
Got the guard.
He's continuing. There's no way. Oh, that would have been so cool.
Oh my gosh. Now you just revert. Yeah. Now you just revert. You get this last check. Got guard break out of it. Obviously a really good combo modifier. He's already got explosion, so guard break's probably not going to get a ton of usage the rest of this run. But yeah, God, VG, we were talking about that info for OC, which is massive right now. Got torn pages out of it. To put the torn pages up there, but he also got 2 glides out of that early World That Never Was play. Glide 1, Glide 2, and an OC is 6, which has led to even more fat info. Now,
so I have a feeling that VG's about to go just to the first mini game of 100 Acre Wood. VG is an avid Rabbit's House pusher. And he has won a lot of races to a proof being there in turning his seed into a go mode.
Now, worth pointing out, chat, that with that torn page being an unhinted Hollow Bastion, that does mean there's only 1 report still out there. It's wherever report 13 is. That has to point to Hollow Bastion, or there cannot be a proof in 100 Acre Wood. So, it's interesting. right now at 12 out of 13 reports, I could potentially see VG not pushing that. And
VG
just
doing
kinda
the
staying on
same
what's
thing.
hinted, but
So VG's taking his time out to do this now. We can see if they kind of trade and do kind of die in the same places, because they both had a couple deaths to Sandlot, and Ninten died a couple times here. So we'll see if Ninten has some better luck, or if he also takes a couple deaths here.
Ninten bringing the mouse with him. Gonna try to push her.
Dodge roll. Oh, he's just in the classic normal push.
Pushing.
They're both also been running the vanilla game, so they're probably also way more comfortable with just pushing with nothing.
Oh, almost there. That'll do it.
Nice.
Well done. VG,
Very well
unfortunately, also taking a death. Their deaths, by and large, this run, I feel like, have kind of evened themselves out.
They've kind of been the same, yeah. Like a lot of people are like, oh, they have explosion, they can just do this. This fight's hard without things. This is like really scary. There's a lot of times I've come here with just like a negative combo and like a magnet splash, and be like, I can make that work, and then I have death cycle for like 10 minutes.
Oh, trust me, like literally every day on stream for me. Yeah, at least with the combo master, even if that little thrust there misses, you can still do this. He should have access to the reflect if he needs to option into that. Yeah, because the problem here on BG's side is he is not wedged in the corner, which slows down also just how quickly the enemies die. Ooh, he got hit there again. Ooh, a little bit of a scary situation. If one of them decides just to blast him, that will be in response to a retaliation. So you should be safe to do a quick one hit into a explosion. And then
so it's a little scary when an explosion whiffs like one or two of them, and they can get a shot out. Oh, that was so lucky that it went for Donald. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Go, please.
Yep. Bail.
Oh.
Bail out. Yeah. You take those levels, you're happy with it. You get your flare force. That's cool. And say, I'm done.
Beryl making a good point that I think the VG only has one.
Oh, because he never pushed into the mansion. He never pushed into the mansion. Yep.
Also, I think Ninten has scan for this fight, so he'll know a lot quicker when he's dead. Oh my gosh, he's dead.
Yeah, that's like, he's dead now.
We figured it out pretty quickly.
Ninten having to work through here without any drive gauge right now. Ran out from all that.
Did you push hostile program?
Oh, potentially unhinted hostile program, which would definitely be an interesting play considering it's unhinted.
You have so many hints.
Yeah, you gotta push. Pride lands.
Okay, he's not. Pride lands has 3. He's gonna go there, I feel like.
Ooh, and Ninten's saying there's 3 here. There's still 2 more after that page.
So BG has the easiest things to deal with Pride lands because he has a magnet and a reflect, which can make these hyenas very trivialized. And then reflect just breaks Scar and usually reflect and Simba's limit, assuming he has an okay strength.
And 10 utilizing the RC right here. And nice, I like the option
get
out of it. What was it?
Did Ninten get anti-form?
No, I think he just used up all of his drive.
Oh, he does a no drive in core. Yeah,
yeah.
So I was like, in what world does someone with 6 drive at 0?
And that is the final report. Report 13 on Hyenas, Hollow Bastion.
Hollow Bastion is 6.
Wow. So, chat, not even an hour
There's
into
2
this race,
things.
VG has all info. Now, the only caveat to that is none of the blizzards could be hinted. That could be a thing, which, how much are we at? 1.
Nothing.
Yeah, let me count. Oh, yeah, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 10, 11, and 5, 16, 17, 18, 19.
Are you checking how many checks they have?
I'm checking, yeah. So I believe right now...
At the bottom right, it shows how many checks they have.
No. I'm counting up how much intel they have. Like how many checks they know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Ninten knows where 43 out of 50 things are. So there are 7 things left between drives, space paranoids, and Port Royal. So he knows those 3 cannot have his proofs.
VG tried to reflect into a Simba limit. Simba was dead, and then he panicked, and then he died from the reflect.
All right. Yeah, and we also know off of that, well, we knew Twilight Town couldn't have it because we already saw all 5. Everything else is blue, so he's got all of his info. It'll be interesting to see how he plays about these. Right now, still between the two of them, we have seen 0 proofs. Could be 100 Acre Wood. Hollow Bastion was hinted also. Therefore, every torn page has been hinted. Ooh, okay, Ninten, good pause buffer right there on Boat Pete. So he can option out of it and take the RC. Yeah, I like him stopping there after the 2-hitter. Go for the full combo. Now VG going into Hyenas 2 right here. He's just got the Baby Thunder, so he's just going to be blasting it with this, popping an Ether, and just continuing as he goes.
Simba limit.
No, optioning into the Simba limit.
I don't think I've seen that ever. Oh my gosh, he has so much health. Proof!
Proof. We have found our first proof.
I probably peaked so much that I'm sorry.
Oh, you actually didn't. No, you sounded good.
Oh, great.
You sound great. I want you to know that.
I do have a great microphone.
You're
I do music, so I have a microphone.
Oh, you got to? Oh, cool. What kind of music do you do?
I play guitar and I sing and I do piano and yeah.
That's cool. I love it. I have a musician on comms with me, chat. As an actor, I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's just cool.
I'm a film major. I also do acting.
Oh my god! Double and I should do all this shit together. This is great.
Spike, let's make a movie.
Let's do it. Yeah, let's go into entertainment. It'll be great.
Let's make a rando documentary. I think that would be a good time.
How this all gets made. Man, Ninten, once again, there are 2 things left, Marluxia and Terra. Now, we haven't seen the proof of connection yet, so he can only do Marluxia. Ninten electing to... Okay, I thought he was about to go right back in. I was like, you can't. Like, right now. There's too many other things hinted right now. Now, he's going to Agrabah because this is the sensible play. But yeah, he's about to find out, no, you're only going to get one more thing here. A 5-pack is Blizzard locked.
I can't believe how much information Ninten doesn't have. Because he's going to get pushed over to OC. And once he eventually goes from whatever it was. And then he'll go through the same path that VG has been on. So even though Ninten has done like core skip and stuff, and we know that HB is a hinted 6, a double hinted 6, but like it's so weird that like in a way VG is very ahead because of the amount of knowledge he has.
Now, interesting right here, VG electing on a dead set of dry forms. He is forcing final form the old-fashioned way. This is a couple minutes commitment usually.
Yes, especially. This is the fastest place left. The main places you can only force final is like TR, Space Paranoids, and here. He is actually making a little faster by getting 2 drives per entry, which I've actually never seen before. That's really cool. This is the fastest place to force it left.
He's seen at least 2 anti-forms that I've seen. He's maybe seen 3 again. By the 5th one, it should be basically guaranteed. That's the 3rd one? Okay. And there's finally
that's really good luck. Another finishing plus on Wisdom 2.
Okay, so that is 2 finishing pluses now, both obtained by
Ninten has both.
Yep. 1 in core skip. So that is something he has over VG right now. Although VG, again, forcing final right there.
Horizontal slash
on level 4 Wisdom. Okay. Obviously,
and I don't think VG's ever going to go back to Twilight Town because he knows all the hinted hints. He knows a proof can't be there. So I don't know if he's ever going to go back. Unless he's maybe forcing final to like level there.
Yeah, that's my only thought. But he knows he's gonna get something, and there is that impending fear that like, yes, this is gonna be. Despite having all this info, I need a freaking blizzard. Now, probably at least one of those blizzards is hinted.
Yeah, and also like, without a doubt, I know both of these players very well. They both think they're super behind, and they both think someone's about to finish in the next 5 minutes.
Right, yeah, that's what they both say the entire time. Yeah.
Like, these are some of the best rando players, probably, like, consistently. And they both are like, I lost. Like, they'll find a proof. I'm like, I've already lost. not knowing they're ahead.
I will say, yeah, the double forcing of anti-form, that's something I've never seen done. That was a very, very creative strat. And, like, you got to think, like, in certain combat situations, will you be able to get that time back throughout the course of the run? And, like, immediately right there, he probably got through that fight with the dancers a little faster based on what his tools were in that moment.
Did Ninten do the dancer fight?
I don't believe he did.
And also, VG's going to be pushing core skip now. I would have done core skip first, so that you can, like, do because if you're doing multiple forms, you can go leave core and you'll gain your drive back. But once you do dancers, you no longer will.
Yeah, the story has been progressed to that point, so it takes away that safe spot. Okay, Ninten about to get a big piece of info and 2 glides. Pushing the world that never was right now. It'll be interesting to see. He might just have the stats where you could see him just go through all of this. Ooh, VG got hard blocked by a hook bat there.
Cormie's Blonde Core, yo. I love the Kevin Remembrance music. It's so pretty.
It's so good. Yo, and the Cavern Remembrance music is actually on the playlist we're listening to right now. This is great.
Yeah, that's what I see in chat.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's why I was commenting on it. But, like, yeah, like, the piano is so pretty with it. Also, Ninten getting both the glides, his first glides, and he's pushing forward.
Yeah.
He has finishing pluses, so I could see him doing maybe an RV loop.
Yeah, potentially here he's got Explosion, he's got Guard Break. This is an option for sure.
He has Guard Break, Explosion, and Combo Master, which means I think I know which version he's going to go for. Death is what he's going to go for.
He's going for Death.
Yes.
Which might, maybe now he'll be thinking a little bit differently about, like, yeah, just, it's a different mindset. You're kind of thrown off by, oh, I got the one thing already. VG having a couple of bonks here, voiding out.
VG voiding out. Luckily, Sonic was gracious enough to let us start voiding out, because we used to, like, hard save here when I first, like, found this. And if you fell, you had to reload the game.
Yeah.
Because that was a soft lock. But now it's a lot safer.
All right, Ninten saying, I just want the checks, I'm getting out. VG getting his first finishing plus. So both of them electing to not go for the last check in core. Could it be a proof? Again, Chad, it's not the proof of non-existence 2 in a row, but right now, with the info we have, Hollow Bastion is pretty big. Oh, but I guess we've already seen, yeah, Ninten has 4 of the 6.
VG using Glide to get up here a bit.
Yeah, a little bit slower than those master fires we saw earlier, but yeah, definitely a very solid method. You can just kind of wedge yourself in that corner and very slowly glide up it.
Yeah, you could actually glide up high enough that you can just reflect and grab the ledge. That's another method of core skip. It is pretty slow with that glide. You need glide 2 minimum, and it's kind of hard to get the timing because that wall is so finicky. And I'm curious if VG's going to push further into Hollow Bastion after this, because there are going to be 2 checks left. He's got dancers under his belt, and Demix should be really trivial with Trinity and Final Form, Magnet, Explosion for Final Fantasy fights. The only thing that might be a little bit slow is 1K without like Magnera.
Right, which at that point you can kind of base off of maybe if you already have one of them, one of the important checks going into that. Maybe you say, hey, I got to explore all this other stuff first. Obviously, the big enchilada right now is just, we need a Blizzard to get 5 in Agrabah. I'm trying to compare right now, so like looking at the important check roundup, it does look like Ninten is down 23 to 24 right now. Neither of them have found the important check on Sora's Heart, so that is at least level 36. Let's put both that Cure and the Torn Page up there for VG, getting him up to 26 now.
Anyone thinking that like Ninten's like super behind because he doesn't have all this information? Like to a point, that's true, but like if you look at important check count, he's still keeping up, even though he doesn't have a lot of this information. He's still making some really good plays and still just playing really well in general. Yeah,
I don't think anything he has pushed is just like, oh god, he pushed STT or Beast Cat. I mean, I guess he did push Beast
I would hope that he wouldn't push an STT in this seed.
Right. Like, it's not like he pushed it unhinted and then found out, oh, God, all that was a waste of time.
Oh, that would have been terrible.
He is about to get his 12th report right now. Report 2 from OC. I believe it's on this pop-up coming up. But yeah, pretty early on, both of our runners will have all 13 reports. And that's... It theoretically should make for a quicker seed, but who knows? We'll see what happens. I believe this pop-up was report. Oh, no, that was an accessory. I think there were 2 accessory slots in Olympus Coliseum 1. I believe 1 there and then 1 on Hydra. And obviously, they're going to push this all the way through. At least OC1. Yeah, Sora's Heart, we don't know about that. There are 2 more in Hollow Bastion, a little bit deeper. Ninten does not know it's a 6. That's one of the 2 reports he doesn't have. OC, I believe, have 2 in OC2 that we still need to explore. LOD's got 2. Neither of our runners have, outside of Bamboo Grove, pushed that world at all. 1 more in Pride Lands 2, I believe. Yep. Yeah, starting with Ground Shaker. That's got 1 more. 5 more in Agrabah. 1 more in 100 Acre Wood. Both of those are locked by various things. And then the 2 more that are on Marluxia, potentially Terra. Those are kind of all the options we're bouncing between, chat. I believe, yeah, aerial dodge there for Ninten. Report 2 there from OC. Telling them that Pride Lands is a 6 and just making everything blue.
Did Ninten crash?
Ninten just crashed. How far back? Oh, no.
I don't know if he's, like, saved, like, at all.
Oh, did my man skip saving the whole time? Oh, no.
Where did he crash?
It looked like as he was walking into the underworld.
I have never seen that crash. I'm gonna see if I can pull up his
Yeah,
audio.
I'm going in real quick. Yeah, let me bring up the race room real quick.
Oh, so he's thinking the race time. He said you crashed and it's... Oh. He has not saved at all. That hurt.
That's...
What do we do?
Unfortunately, we have a schedule we gotta stick to. Yeah.
We can't quite run back the race, unfortunately. Yeah, an autosave mod would be great. Yeah, Beryl, I think you would know that. I think you crashed during the Eat the Bear race.
Obviously,
Yeah,
this whole time, we're letting VG continue to keep playing. To no chat, there was no, like... I did not enforce any rules of, like, you need to save or anything. Kind of left it up to the runner's discretion if they wanted to save. They talked about, like, if there was, like, runner agreements on, like, oh, we both save at all times or whatever. But that is 100% just up to the runners, so...
Yeah, it's also like a thing to comment on is this port, the PC port, is very prone to some really brutal crashes. Especially like the main one we know of is the map crash in Port Royal. That can crash really easily. That's been really difficult for a lot of us that have been running the game, and we've actually been testing some Luas that might be able to just skip the map entirely. But the problem is, you can avoid the crashes but there's a lot of crashes we don't know because this port is not the best of optimization.
No, it's not.
I don't know what I should say.
Yeah, that's probably the nicest way we can put it. So, chat, just so everyone knows, the way we're going to handle this, I wanted to leave this up to Ninten. Ninten is electing to just quit the race. So we're going to let VG take the rest of this one solo. If I had to guess, I think VG was ahead. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. This absolutely could have gone either way. Yeah.
Yes,
I guess the only other thing I'm going to let VG know is, like, yeah, so if anybody wants to look into how to make an autosaver, that's what the community needs. These rules are something I have to set. Yeah, I mean, these were the rules I wanted. Like, I was like, I'm going to leave it up to the runners when they save or not.
Yeah, it's a risk.
Yeah, that is a risk you are looking to take, potentially. Yeah, so now we're playing through with VG. Gonna find our last two proofs. Again, he's sitting there. He has all 13 reports. So he's got his intel. Does look like here for Hades, he is electing to go for the final form Berserk Charge strats.
Yeah, this is why a lot of the tournaments have just been opting to use emulator just so we can not really worry about it. But it isn't a perfect solution because obviously we want to play on like the efficient version.
We have found a Blizzard on Hades.
Let's go.
Blizzard won on Hades. That's awful. Hades is actually a fight you would like to utilize Blizzard for, potentially. I really liked that VG, you can't use reaction commands while you're in a limit, but he was able to deflect Hercules' orbs back at Hades, and then that made him vulnerable, and then he could start using Duck Flare. Yeah, I can understand him saying, let me finish off, and like maybe a little bit of the edge has been taken off of this. By saying, okay, it's not technically a race anymore. He's going to like to just take out Book Boy and then probably go directly over to Agrabah too. Looking like I hadn't actually seen the variation where you just go directly into final form. So it's probably going to run out beforehand, and he's just going to utilize Duck Flare coming out of this.
Yeah, or it might just fire the whole way.
Yeah, whatever you're comfortable with. Yeah, and then there's the Duck Flare as he comes down. So we're getting one more check here. Right, this was also a tournament. Yeah. We literally threw this together in like a week.
Barely a good point. It's just like a nice invitational tournament of just like, let's just show off some really good runners and it's in with the raid. Sorry about that, buddy.
Oh, here, let me bring this down so it's not like big artifacting in there. Yeah. Ninten, thank you for the raid. Sorry about the crash, bud. Stream Inception, dude. Yeah, let's just bring that one down and we'll recapture it for the next one. Why does Book Boy always have something on hard logic? It's higher
because
odds.
It's hard logic.
Yeah, it's hard logic, and the AS fights now with Stat Sanity each have 3 17th tier checks. Or like some of them are like 15th tier, some are 16th tier, but yeah, like they actually have very high odds of having one. So that's actually not. It's not like we've gotten quote unquote lucky or unlucky in that regard.
Yeah, hard logic it pushes like checks on average later.
Yeah.
You can still find a proof in the first like chest of a world, but it's just unlikely.
All right, chat, give me your prediction. There are 2 proofs still out there in the game. 0, 1, or 2 in Agrabah 2. What are you thinking? Had to get that.
I'm thinking there's at least 1, but
I'm going to go with Agrabah is the fattest bait of all time. I'm going 0.
It has nothing.
Literally no proofs. Might have a page. Maybe a page. Dude, if we had
not
two
even
seeds
despawning.
If we had 2 seeds in a row. Yeah, I don't ever despawn here either.
I always go for the despawn because I just am frightened of everything.
Yeah, I think if I was lower level to where I was worried that like they might kill me or something.
I also always go for the little clip here because it looks cool.
I forget there is a clip here. Yeah. More fires, blizzards, and thunders. The whole set, dude.
Could you imagine? So it used to actually be impossible for Fire, Blizzard, and Thunder to be in Agrabah. I think just 2, but maybe the first one as well.
They could be on Lexaeus, but yeah, not in Agrabah 2. Yep.
Well, yeah, and we've since created really good logic that it can be in there, but it's obviously going to make sure that you're not going to soft lock your seed. That it's impossible. But there might be sometimes there's only like 1 fire are available other than the ones in Agrabah.
All right, we got important checks 4 and 5. They're out of 8 in Agrabah. Got once more.
Does he have every single torn page?
And
he's 1 away.
Yeah, he's 1 away. He could go to Spooky Cave if he wanted to. Yeah, I'm trying to think of if you're trying to still play this competitively, obviously you just clear out this 8-pack in Agrabah. Then what is your next play on the board? Are you maybe going to LOD? Are you getting the last one in Pride Lands?
Are you going for that level check that we still haven't seen?
Yeah, to know, chat, we have not
Hall of Bastion.
We have not told VG anything that was going on in Ninten. We're basically just enjoying him going through this seed. So we haven't told him like, hey, that one there in I don't even know which one I'm pointing at necessarily. Oh, with the levels are at least 36 and above. Like as far as he knows, I believe it looks like
he's still playing with nothing.
Yeah, like it could be level 30 is his level check. Going through this auto-scroller sequence is one of the only real, kind of slower segments of the base game that was left in. It's because you can at least get some experience here, so, there's something beneficial. Getting level 30, he knows he has to go into at least level 32 to find that important check. Yeah, so in terms of number of important checks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 12. There are 12 locations he's looking at, basically, for these 2 proofs. He has not pushed World That Never Was, and probably not going to push it until he
gets all the proofs.
Yeah.
Who's in the next race? I believe that is Jared and Jaylon?
Yep, Jared. Jared and Jaylon will be taking on. It's going to be J versus J, and then in the nightcap, we got Sonic versus Salad. J versus J, S versus S. Should be fun.
Yeah, Jared and Jaylon are both, simulators that I wasn't really aware of until Rando, because I kind of got into it through they just got into Rando without really being exposed to Kingdom Hearts speedrunning. Whereas Sonic and Salad have been playing Kingdom Hearts 2 for a very long time, so that'll be a very good race. Several years.
Mm-hmm. You're going back to KH2 English days.
Yeah, Salad was the KH2 English speedrunner.
There was probably a period of time where Ninten was the KH1 world record holder and Salad was the KH2 world record holder. There probably was a time.
I want to say that Ninten got world record in KH2 English at one point.
Lexaeus, I just want to point out real quick. Lexaeus has
something.
He has all 3.
He has all 3. That's, oh my gosh.
Yeah, he has all 3. But no, you were saying about Salad with KH2 English.
Yeah, like I feel like Ninten also had a world record when he was really young in KH2 English.
Ooh,
getting
that
caught by that.
Silver Rock almost getting its first kill in KH2 Rando history right there.
It is my time.
I was gonna.
He's avenging his father that was killed in Agrabah 1.
All right, first time seeing Lixeus today, chat. Gonna start off with a Reflect, get that RC, and start doing some damage. Again, VG stats are good. I think they start getting over the scaled amount at 50 for Magic, so he's actually just underneath that. But he does have a combo boost here. Does have that Combo Master for that beautiful Reflect slap shot into an explosion, and now can immediately pop into Final Form. Hitting that second big HP gate.
Now in DM phase.
He's going to have to Reflect as this comes down, probably double or triple Reflect here to protect himself against all of those rocks that blast up right there. Yeah, now would like to duck Flare. Yeah, for the kill. Very nice.
Okay. Aerial Spiral, all limit form.
Okay.
And let's see what else he has. Got 2 other checks. Let's see him.
Limit form.
Thunder and Fire. Oh my gosh.
Let's go, baby. Pay it out for me. That's right. It literally locked another Thunder, another Fire, limit form, a Torn page.
Zach fully called that it was more
wow.
More of those magics.
Yeah, Zach nailed that. All right, so there goes 3 of those 13 slots I was talking about. So he's down to 10 more slots that these can be sitting in.
Pushing further in Pride Lands.
Yeah. Again, this was one of them that I was thinking either this or LOD was going to be his next play.
Yeah, he has Magnera, so LOD wouldn't be too bad. Also, I wouldn't be surprised if he starts pushing Hollow Bastion with all the magnets he has.
Yep, I could definitely see that. Sitting there with Magnera. He's got a big 48 magic stack. Can probably squeeze it up to 50 or so and have a really nice 1K. Yeah, if you are a fan of proofs in LOD, that is getting more powerful by the minute. Agrabah rocking a fat 8. Now,
yeah, LOD will have a proof and master form in Throne Room.
Oh God, please. We do have Auto Masters, so like you can make it work. But yeah. I say, he's still rocking the Kingdom Key. Did we never get a better Keyblade? Is the Kingdom Key like a 6-7 or something stupid?
What was that? Kingdom Key has what?
No, VG. Yeah, VG knows. We told him.
Yeah, VG's just playing it out because we wouldn't want to just abruptly end.
Yeah, we need to know where the proofs are and everything. What this seed would have been. I still think we were looking at probably a pretty close race here for the second one. Just, yep, KH2 Rando, on PC, it is still pretty crash prone.
Yeah, probably gonna clock in at around like a 140. My guess is around that time.
Oh, the finish of this seed.
Mm-hmm.
He's still got to fight through all the world that ever was.
Yeah, but he has like stats and good things for it.
It depends on where these proofs are. Oh, he didn't get the health down enough, so he's going to have to do a second cycle of this. I'm sure I would think they have Berserk Charge. This is why I generally like to Berserk Charge this bit.
Yeah, it's really nice because you kind of just stay up there and just kill him in the first phase sometimes if you have good stats. But this fight, as good of things you can have, it can just not care and go really slow and just not give you the RC and then not do the DM properly. He'll probably be doing the DM skip that was like found, I want to say, somewhat recently, or like in like the past couple of years, which feels recent for this game.
Right. And a game that's had discoveries in it for all 16 years it has existed on this planet. Yeah.
Like, there's a lot of things that we have not, that the people are still finding. Yeah, so he's at 1 HP, so he'll DM whenever he gets back up. And if you actually use Wildcat that he's about to, before he has a chance to DM, he just won't DM, and you can just kill him before you can.
Oh, good. I can watch this be done now, so I can start to try to do it in runs. Yeah, like
I can never do it right.
You see the screen flash, and then you just go for it. So
and
I
then
guess
you switch your targets.
Yep.
Oh, coming.
Hey.
Oh.
And Data Sci-X has the check. Okay.
I think I saw that strat for the first time in like Rizuria's like all worlds run in RPG Limit Break.
Yeah, that's been a thing for a long time, and I just was never learning it. Ooh.
I've never been able to do it.
VG electing to not do it. Maybe Hard wants to wait on Peter Pan. I know I only really know Peter Pan strats, so there's a decent chance he might have to either fight Peter Pan, figure out some other way to do it.
For Terra, for Marluxia?
For Data Sci-X.
Oh, for Data Sci-X.
Yeah, I don't know what VG's repertoire is for Data Sci-X. I tried to make like the explosion loop work. I could never.
Yeah, he has Combo Master and he has Blizzard and Reflect, so hypothetically he could do that loop. It is a little weird though. I've never been great at it.
All right, starting off here, he's going to throw in a double Reflect, making sure that Reflect damage lands before he starts the RC, and he wants to use the RC that's up on Marluxia's face, not the one that's on the blade itself. Doesn't have a good gap closer, like a slide dash or a flash step right there, so he had to kind of try to dodge roll up. And he's electing to just hit his RV with a Thunder extension on the finisher right there. Gonna try to pop an Ether after this. Yeah, probably gonna have to move up. Yeah, that was a good aerial dodge into the glide right there.
Yeah.
That should hit his RV. And then he can
and
try
really
to catch it. Yep.
It's really easy to catch him there if you're already in the middle. The moment he disappears into that second circle, that's when you do the fire. And if it's Data, you do it like the moment he's over there because it's much faster.
Now, usually the number I'm looking for here is to make sure he's still right at around 6 bars of health because he doesn't want to push him into the DM phase.
And then you want to go into maybe do some final form fires.
Yeah, final form fire into
maybe some limit form.
Flare. Yep. He does have 9 drive, so he actually could.
You can do final limit.
Yeah, he could actually hyperextend this last, basically shredding of his health bar. Yeah, he's gonna do it
He
now.
doesn't have great stats, so I'm not sure if he'd be able to kill him. But he could literally do final into limit into duck flare. Like, he can do some crazy things.
Yeah, pop it up.
Yep, going to limit. Shot. Let's see what he does.
Yeah, he's dead.
Oh, yeah. Very dead.
Although he might want to revert. No, okay, he's got him right.
Got him. Master form.
Okay, there's one more.
There's still one more check. Is there something on Terra?
This could be on Terra, chat. Okay,
it's on Terra.
There's something on. There's something on Terra, chat. So Terra is alive.
So Proof of Peace is still out there. So he needs Proof of Connection to get Terra. But Proof of Connection cannot obviously be on Terra then. Yeah. So if there's a proof, it has to be Proof of Peace. So if we find Proof of Peace somewhere, it is no longer possible for the proof to be on Terra.
9 locations left, chat. 9 things he's looking for. 2 he's looking for, but...
Don't at me, equations.
About that 140 finish task. I already gave him shit. Don't worry about it.
I thought it was going to be on Pride Lands, okay?
My man was gigabraining it. That would have been a tough 140 with. I was like, man, you might have the fastest world that ever was in the world. I was like, hey, that goes real fast. First time we're seeing LOD, we're basically seeing all stuff that Ninten did not get around to. They mostly were playing the meta, playing, kind of the same stuff. Ninten finding his info a little later. Nice thing about pushing Mission 3 first right here in this situation is that Mission 3 actually gives you a pop-up, unlike the other 2 missions.
Yeah, it's weird because you probably would assume as a kid that like you just got it from doing all 3 missions, but it's just from mission 3 for some reason.
Yup.
So you can actually do mission 3 first and just get that pop up without doing the other missions. People sometimes like to dip this world by jumping into one of the missions, just grab those 2 chests, and then just doing the search and leaving. VG has not gone through Spooky Cave. He has not gone. I don't think he's even gotten the rabbit's house.
Yeah,
which surprised me.
Yeah, I don't think he's even done the Piglet mini game. So
yeah,
like there's a fair amount of 100 Acre Wood to go through for that one check.
It's how about this? It's on Starry Hill, and then Perfect Connections there. But Torn Page is on Terra.
From a competitive standpoint, it makes sense to go to LOD for the 2. There's not really a big reason until you at least have one of the other proofs before you would do something like go through 100 Acre Wood. And right now, both could.
You have Magnera. This be fast.
Yeah.
Like 100 Acre is not that slow, but it is a little frustrating that you can't really you can't speed it up, so you kind of know exactly how long it's going to take. The only thing that can speed it up is maybe having like a little bit like an extra glide for getting the chest collection.
Call your shots, chat. Where do you think these 2 proofs are? We're down to 9 locations.
I think it's a Beast Castle. I think the Yellow Zero is a bait.
I'm calling Beast Castle.
Yep.
The reports lied to them.
Level 50 for one of them. Oh,
right now.
Terrible.
I think when Ninten crashed, he was at level 36 or 35.
I think so too. Something like that.
So he needs at least like 5 more levels. Because
level 50 and 1K, I can see that.
Level 50 and 1K. All right. I like it. I like the hustle. Yeah, there's 2 worlds right now that have 2 things in them. Okay, there's a fire, so LOD can't have both. And that is Firaga. Okay, we're down to 8 locations left, chat, which include, to note, Data Cyax and Terra. I understand VG just leveling up limit form right here.
And I want to say there's like 9 to maybe 10 checks left on levels. Like literal checks of where something can be.
Yeah, it's 36, and there's 5, 6, 7. Yeah, there's 7 checks left on levels.
Yeah, something like that.
According to VG, obviously, it would be 9, because he doesn't know 32 and 34.
This is a random thing, but I hate that on PC. If you use circle to attack, it switches your customize, so X is at the top and circle is at the bottom.
Yeah, I hate it.
So X is Sonic Blade, circles Ragnarok, and it messes. Oh, I hate it. It's terrible.
I'm glad we agree. That's awful.
Like, I use circle to attack, so I'm just like, ah.
We got a circle for attack main in here. Nice.
JP controls. It has messed with me whenever I would go on my PS4 and play KH2 though, and I'm like, oh god, what am I doing?
Now with that to note, again, VG does have Master Form, so he should be able to do a pretty chill. Like, he's got 9 drive with Master Form. I think even with Master Form at level 1, like, he debatably won't even need to use the drive gauge or a drive recovery.
Yeah, he has Master, and he has really good movement. This should be really easy.
Yeah. Chat, there's one thing in LOD. Give me your yes or your no. Do you think it's in the throne room?
Unfortunately, Master Form is not in the throne room. That would have been fun.
that was the dream.
That was the dream. I've had it so many times. Or I've had Master in a Core now that Max Logic lets you have forms in there now.
Oh, yeah. Dude, I love Max Logic.
Max Logic is great. It's more rando for your rando.
Mm-hmm.
Taking it safe by getting the extra Master. I think you would have been able to have it there with that after that first Master.
Yeah, I agree. I think it would have been close. Yeah.
Yeah, because like the original like the tutorial I made, like that guide used High Jump 2, Aerial Dodge 1, and Master Level 1.
Oh,
and
dang.
you did 2 masters, and that was the like minimum I found. And apparently, I've been told that it can be done with high jump 1. And there's the proof in there. So
Okay.
Terra's open.
Terra
Terra's open.
is open. We are looking for the proof of peace. There are 7 locations, and all of them are on the board.
Yeah, some of the if anyone like, hasn't seen Rando, you're probably like really confused at how he's in the throne room. You can just get over the Shan Yu loading zone and just enter the throne room in LOD1, which makes the first visit to Land of Dragons a really good source of checks once you can do that. And which means that the only checks in Land of Dragons 2 is Storm Rider and Data Zigbar.
Yeah.
Pushing forward in HB, I like this. I'm sorry, chat, but he's not going to do Terra for a while.
Yeah, Terra is... The only thing I could see is, like, maybe... Does he...
If he gets, like, double negative combo, then maybe... Like...
Yeah. Because at least, like, you know, like, technically by, like, checks per minute, like, you know he's got something, and it would just be go straight there and do it. That's supposed to, like...
Exactly. It's a guaranteed check.
Yeah. Like, 100 Acre Wood right now would be a little bit...
Like, he's probably assuming that, like, there's, like, a couple things in Crystal Fissure here, but there might be something on 1K. We still have Last Chest of Core, Datademics, and Sephiroth, and the Golden check after 1K. So there's a lot of checks afterwards. So this isn't a guaranteed, I do Demics and get something, or I do Final Fantasy fights and get, like, 4 checks.
Right.
So sometimes that's always the play of just, like, do I do this little bit longer thing for the guarantee check, or do I do this for the opportunity that I'm hoping it's early?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this obviously, though, by the books, this is the correct play. Go for the 2 there in Hollow Bastion. Could it... The scary thing about Hollow Bastion, like Double saying, is that it's probably the most open-ended world in this rando for where you could go. Is that it stays linear basically now up until 1K, and then it's, well, you know it's not mushrooms. Mushrooms could just have both of the other important checks, and it doesn't matter.
Yeah, that could happen. So, Hollow Bastion could be locked at this point, and VG doesn't know that.
Got Datademics right there, which... One thing scary if he does Datademics, if he likes to have Wisdom form for it, which everybody likes to have Wisdom for Datademics.
It's in TT3.
It's in TT3, which, like, at least he knows there is an important check there, as opposed to the other worlds where he's completely blind on knowledge.
But the thing is, forms can be unhinted, because there's not a proof on the forms.
Right.
So... he might think, oh, a proof can just... Wisdom form can just be in, like, PR.
Sure. All right, is he going to get either of the 2 here? Another Berserk Charge, Grand Ribbon, and Defense Boost. All right, there are 2 things left here. At his magic stat, let's see, what does he have? I'm trying to see his updates. Yeah, 49 magic. I think this will still work. It won't be as efficient, but it'll get the job done.
Yeah. The great thing is... Magnets, once you get a certain magic stat, I believe it's 49 for Magnera, you one-shot all of these Armor Knights with Magnet. And if you look down, like because this is running off of an original PS2 game, only a certain amount of enemies are actually on screen, even though the rest of it looks like there's 1,000. There's like actually like 15 or 20. So if you look down, it unloads them faster to load more faster. You can also do this by spinning the camera on its own, which I think also works.
Mm-hmm. This is also getting him a couple levels. He's still low enough level to where this is doing a little bit of damage towards that Sora's Heart check. Yeah, pretty similar idea to look at the ground, reduce lag, the old GoldenEye 007 strats.
Bunny hopping around the stage.
Mm-hmm. Do what you gotta do. Actual final form on 1K. All right,
people might be looking at this. Final form is a check in Rando. So you can get physical final form, or you can find light and dark, or you could force it manually with nothing. In the vanilla game, you can only do that after Roxas anyway, because like you're not going to find final form earlier. But with the way it is, we start with higher drive gauge, and we can find final at any time in the game.
All right, Chad, it is time for the entirety of 100 Acre Wood. Now, I understand slotting this here. He's down to 5 more locations. Sora's Heart, which he hasn't even done the mansion fight, so leveling up would be a little slow right now. He'd have to pretty much get to the mansion, and then he can start figuring that out. Other than that, like, maybe you just push through World That Never Was, and you level on the nobodies at the end with, like, Final Form and a Magnera. That's another option.
Yeah, that's a good one.
But yeah, it is basically his order of operations is go through all the way through Spooky Cave, see if we have our second poo proof in a row, and then yeah, it's Terra, Data Psyx.
If it's just at Rabbit's house and I thought he was gonna push this like an hour ago, I'm gonna laugh so hard. Because VG loves pushing Rabbit's house. I'm very surprised he didn't this time. Neither of them did. And I'm surprised Ninten didn't try to metagame him with it.
Let's see, we got a little bit of HP, we got a map, we got a little bit of draw.
And a draw. Okay. It's not Rabbit's house, at least. I would have never let VG live it down if it was Rabbit's house.
So from here, I could see VG saying, I'm going to do World That Never Was next, just to see if I get double negative combo. Because if he gets that, then that's how he beats Data Psyx and Terra. It was a sign, though, chat. We were hearing it in the music. It's Terra. It could be. It could be hype.
Is Rage Awakened playing?
Rage Awakened just finished playing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Could it be a sign, chat?
I had it because I always mute all the like game audio and just play my own music, which includes a lot of KH songs. And I had one time that A Fight to the Death, which is the Final Fight song, played like the frame I entered Final Fights, the perfect time it would have played in game, and it was the best thing ever. It's like my music knows I'm winning.
Do want to remind you guys that, again, this is match 2 of the KH2 Rando Hard Lodge and Tourney. Unfortunately, Ninten took a crash early, electing to just quit out of the race. VG going right now to try to lock it up, just officially get to the end. Checking out Kanga's house. This could be the proven piece right here. Got another quick run. Got some more HP. We know it's at least in Spooky Cave, though, chat.
I'm guessing it's a Blizzard.
Ooh, Blizzara. Took us so long to find the first one. It was on freaking Hades.
That was horrible.
But we will be back again at 7 o'clock Eastern and 10 o'clock Eastern tonight for 2 more awesome matches to decide our final 4. Again, Zach and VG are moving on to the semis. They'll be facing the winner of Jaylon and Jared. And then we got Salad versus Sonic in the nightcap.
Yeah, and that'll be a really good race. Both of them. This is all like some of the best runners of Rando like ever in this tournament, and this will be this is gonna be a good time for all parties involved.
Yo, I love VG just smacking that
that boulder's destroyed. I guess it is a crystal. I thought it was just a rock.
I mean, there's a form of a rock.
Yeah, I mean, crystals are rocks,
yeah,
like diamonds.
Rocks. Like, I don't think it's. I don't think you're way off base calling it that.
I mean, I said it was a boulder, though.
Yeah, right. That might be a little bit of a stretch. Yeah. All right, looking like gonna
a
have
rock
to
by any other name. That's funny. Some Shakespeare up in here.
Did you ever do any Shakespeare? Oh my God, 2 seats in a row. Spooky Cave had the proof, dude. Are you kidding me? Equations, what are you doing?
But to answer your question, I did a lot of theater in high school. So I'm kind of just an all-around artsy person, except for drawing. I can't draw for the life of me.
Oh yeah, same.
Music, acting, I try to write.
I can't do music either. I'm not a great actor. I like the thought of art. I can't do any of it, but yeah.
Well, yeah, like sometimes it's just nice to just be able to observe it and be like, oh, I can appreciate this.
Right, for sure. Chat, could we, how long will we keep it going? How many times is the proof just going to be?
Keep the streak going.
2 in a row, Spooky Cave. Now it is time for the 20-minute long go mode. VG finishing up. He's going to be flying through, starting with Roxas. Let's see what kind of builds we got for each of them, what kind of strategies we have.
It's probably going to do a good RV loop on Roxas here.
Yeah, starting off again, only going to have Baby Reflect right here.
Yeah, he's got negative combo, so yeah, he's doing this one. VG loves this RV loop.
Ooh, the Reflect
so
Guard
fast.
Break Explosion. Oh, that's
Yeah,
all.
it's negative combo and Combo Master, Guard Break, Explosion, Reflect. Do you have those things? Fight over.
Oh my god, that's so dirty. That's the great thing about me hosting
That
this,
fight's
chat,
sexy.
is that I can just watch this and just, pick up on strats. Elected to skip all the checks. I can understand that at this point. About the only thing I feel like I would have really wanted for the build is slide dash or horizontal slash.
Yeah, this is actually a cool save warp you can do. If you're skipping all the checks, as long as you enter that cutscene, you can save warp to Zigbar.
Oh, yeah. Forget, that's actually kind of a big one.
That's awesome. Yeah, so that's something Salad actually showed me a couple months into Rando. I was like, what am I teaching people?
You knew that was Slapshot too? Ah.
Yeah, Met knows things.
Right, that is like a you are in go mode. I mean, that saves a non-trivial amount of time.
Yeah, there are quite a bit of times where you'll already know really early on that whatever was a 0 or all the checks are early.
Right.
So in those situations, which is unlikely, but when it happens, it's a nice little time save for you. And VG has aerial sweep on, unfortunately.
Hell yeah.
Got an aerial sweep enjoyer.
The less good of the aerial
dive.
I was actually fine with it for a while until I found out, it adds more RV.
It does.
Aerial dive. And then I was like, this thing's fucking dead to me. Never again.
Because I've had times I was like, I can just do a full combo with 2 finishers, and that won't hit his RV while I'm in action loop. And then he'll retaliate. I'm like, oh no, what did I do? He never took off that negative combo, so he's not getting as much there. But with that Duck Flare, it's gonna be an instant win.
Yeah, not gonna have a Hori Slash or anything, but that again.
Yeah, that was on Wisdom 4, I believe, for Ninten.
Yes. So again, he will not be getting it. He definitely has Auto Wisdom. Yeah, he's not leveling that at this point. He is just getting to the
having
end
used Auto Wisdom on Data Demix.
He did one thing in that menu. He took off the negative combo.
Yeah. And for Luxord, there's a lot of really cool things you can do. If you do a full combo with 2 finishers and you hit everything, he'll instantly retaliate if he's in second phase, and it's a really quick way to do it without just doing some air hits.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes if you do a bit wrong, you might hit him down, and if he is in the air too long, he'll retaliate. But we'll probably see that a couple times, and Reflect is going to destroy Luxord. I've always hated that beginning, because sometimes you can do it perfect, and then you'll still get hit by the dice thing.
Uh-huh.
It's so awkward. Yeah.
Getting caught there a little bit. Ooh, yeah, okay. He does have once more, but that was a good job of taking that unfortunate situation and actually carrying it into an offensive usage for him, reflecting it and then carrying it with an aerial sweep.
Yeah, it's one of the little things that you won't really notice when you're playing the game at 60 FPS. These cards will either not go close to you or they will target you perfectly.
Yeah.
They're very inconsistent, unlike if you're on 30 FPS, playing the game on PS2. This fight's extremely consistent, whereas without it, it's something.
Let me tell you. Seeing the joys of only having Baby Reflect right there, it's pretty hard to actually nick those cards from above. Guard Break into that Thunder, like you say, so you can get that instant RV loop right there. Popping into limit form, hitting him once right there.
Yeah, that's actually a cool thing is that extra hit may look like maybe a bit of swag or maybe popping him down a bit, but out of the drive explosion, you actually can't stagger him. He'll fall, and if he'll just sit there and DM. So if you do the extra hit in the air, you'll get it perfectly.
Ah,
so you can actually start doing the combo. That's something I learned like speedrunning the game. Yeah, Ninten did unfortunately crash. A crash that like none of us have ever seen.
Yeah.
But you don't want to save at every single save point because I don't think Ninten's ever crashed. Because we had a race in the charity tourney that Komi ran, and like I was like, oh, do you want us to run on like the PS2 version so we could not crash? It's like, oh, I've never really crashed, so.
Damn. Okay, yeah, I actually know because I was like, everybody's crashed in this game a couple times.
He was just like, I mean, I just save in PR in case of that, and the fact that PR never existed meant that he never saved in PR.
Right. I wish PR had existed.
Exactly. If PR actually was hinted at some point, maybe Nintendo would have saved.
Beautiful combo right there from VG. Carrying that into the final form at the end. Loved the cure into the immediate final form. His menuing inside of the fights has been really, really rock solid. And probably the number one skill that a lot of people, when you try to pick up Kingdom Hearts 2 as a speedrun, you have to get good at, is understanding how to have really, really fast menuing and keep it clean inside of combat. While you're obviously doing 14 other things involved with, spacing against the enemy, doing the correct attacks, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's what makes this game such a dynamic, like, combat system, being an action RPG and letting you kind of do the turn-based stuff, but in real time, which is always really fun to do when you do it well. But I feel like I'm always the worst at, like, menuing items, especially. Like, I can menu magics, because you always have an idea of where everything is in magic, but items is the one that's just so many inputs.
Yeah, I will be a dirty ether.
I will customize ethers.
Yeah. Potions.
Which in the speedrun, because potions are always at the top.
Right.
But in the speedrun, I'm one of the only people that like customizes ethers the entire time. So there's sometimes where I have to like menu Blizzard and stuff like that.
Right.
Because I'm a dirty ether customizer.
I'm the same, don't worry. I guess I keep it off, like when I did crit runs. I keep it off for like a little bit of a stretch of time, but once I get back to Roxas, I'm like, no, I need to be able to press a button, and they come on. See, it's a beautiful combo master strats right here. Do reflect, slap shot, reflect, and then VG knows I'm powerful as hell. Yeah.
Which, since he's a higher strength stat, I feel like we're... Oh, another glide.
3 glides were in World That Never Was. That's bonkers.
They're all here. God, this seed is really something.
Yeah, this was a goofy-ass seed.
First of all, the huge bait that was Agrabah 2 with all the thunders and fires and blizzards locked in dumb places. I guarantee there's a blizzard on Terra. Without a doubt.
Yeah, there's 2 still out there. The one we found was on Hades, which is dumb as hell.
Maybe it's on level 50.
But yeah, what were these proofs? They were Hyenas 2. So there was still one thing left in Pride Lands, just to note, chat. Oh, yeah, it's on
still has something. Yeah.
Yeah, that throne room had the proof of connection, and another spooky cave proof there with the proof of peace.
Which, the interesting thing is, like, not like the worst seed when it comes to the proofs, but the worst seed when it comes to like the information and like some of the other tools they wanted. For example, there's also still 2 reflects out there.
Yep, 2 reflects out there. In terms of summons, Chicken Little was the only one we found.
You can do a dev dive if you really want to. Zach, go off. Zach is our resident smart guy, because he made the tracker and the generator with some people. Like, Zach just knows everything about Rando. Like, if you want to ask anyone any questions, it would be Zach and Song.
Randos are fun. It's fun to be nice and nerdy about them.
I love explaining hint logic to people.
How do I get good at Rando? It's a lot.
Watching VGmaster is a good start.
Yeah, watching VGmasters, that's a pretty good place to start.
Who is doing crit tomorrow? Are you doing like your first crit seed of like Rando, or are you playing the whole game?
Yeah, this should be fans like I want to try out crit. Yeah, and the good thing about like if you jump into crit chat is that you
It's
can,
hard.
like it is hard, but at the very least, like more easily than in the base game, you can get strong. I would just tell people like, yeah, always have it set up to give you like ×5 experience on everything.
I don't think anyone can really read about hint logic. It's kind of just a cache of information everyone kind of has, and someone doesn't know, and then there we go. Zach has everything, of course. I was mid saying no, there's not. While Zach posts the link. That's true. You can also mess with your own XP settings if you're like scared of some datas. You can turn off whatever worlds you want. You can turn off datas. You don't have to make it harder than it needs to be. And also, there's no shame if you want to get into like how to play Rando. There's no shame in starting on beginner mode.
Oh yeah, he did. He started on beginner. Yeah. He was like, this is too easy.
Play on proud.
I know, crit is a jump, dude.
Like, proud is nothing. Proud is just unfun.
Yep. Yeah, that's actually my #1 recommendation. If you're going to play this game, play either beginner or crit. Don't play fucking proud.
Yeah. Standard and proud, both of you have, what is it? I think, ironically, standard and proud are the amount of damage you're quote-unquote supposed to be doing. Right. But the damage multiplier on crit is like 1.2, so you do a bit more on there. And then beginner, I think, is like 1.5, which is even more.
Yeah.
But that's why I love... This is my favorite critical mode because oh my gosh, all the
I love the boss, dude. The triple
I
boss.
hate this fight so much.
This fight alone is why Slapshot is good.
Yeah, because the ship is moving back and forth, you can whiff a lot. You can just clank on them. Air combos, God, they're terrible.
Do not ever air combo him.
It won't work. Nothingness is in fact a turtle.
Did you know, chat? Nothingness is eternal.
Is a turtle.
Ooh, the slick dodge roll right there. Yeah, then he's just going to reflect, knows that's going to take out the rest of his health bar, pop the ether, so he's at full MP going into the final fight right here.
Yeah, and then we'll learn from Final Summits here that anger and hate are soup cream. And Setzer obviously says that his life is a chicken pot pie.
And Zigbar, burrito.
Burritos. Yeah. Burrito man.
All over.
I miss those old memes.
Only thing that's awkward about this fight with the baby reflect right here. Gotta be a little exact to make sure each of them are actually hitting. Splash damage.
I have a feeling he's about to go into limit and he's dead. Like this is a VG special. Yeah. Like he's dead here.
Yeah, I love limit forming right here when you got a solid strength stat. Bam, yeah, going to another one, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and he didn't go for the finisher. GG.
If he did the finisher, it wouldn't have killed. So something you probably noticed against in Rando is we have dome skipped. Once Final Zemus hits 1 HP, he dies to any hit. Riku can kill him. Like you can kill with a lot of different things. There's a lot of really cool setups like Session. But so that saves us a nice minute and a half, and it's probably my favorite quality of life feature in Rando.
So VG coming in with a sub 2. It's hard to say. It's
basically a 140.
Yeah. It's hard to know. Yeah, right. Shouts to a 140. It's hard to say because obviously like a certain amount of pressure is off because you're not actually doing a race anymore or anything. But I would say I think VG had that one. Like, he had all the info in front of him. I think the order of operations were correct, assuming he was going to do the same stuff. I think despite the Ninten crash, obviously it was unfortunate, but I think VG had that one, and Ninten would have finished within another 3 to 4 minutes afterwards.
Yeah, like Ninten was towards the end before he crashed a bit of trailing because he was getting all the information that VG has had for a while and going to all the worlds that he learned about. The only chance I think that obviously Ninten still could have won. I think that towards the end, VG was kind of getting to the point of where is the fastest place to go, and I could have seen Ninten maybe going to like LOD maybe earlier and 100 Acre a little earlier once he had all the pages. So I'm not sure. There could be all 3 proofs in the same world.
Yeah, literally all 3 proofs could have been an Agrabah there.
Spike, are you going to keep streaming?
So I am actually, once again, I'm going to take another break. We're just going to take a break in between each of these. We're going to be back with Jared and Jaylon. So let's take a dinner break, chat. We got matches 3 and 4 coming up later tonight at the top of the next hour. Match 3 coming up again. GG to VG for taking the dub. Make sure y'all give Ninten and VG a follow, everyone. Make sure you also give Double a Dewey a follow. If you want to post your info into the chat, you should.
Thank you.
It was a joy having you on comms. I'm going to have CJ, another amazing Kingdom Hearts 2 randomizer player, joining me at the top of the hour. It should be for another fun race chat. Let's see who all is streaming.
I'm gonna go watch Batman during that race. So.
Oh yeah! I forgot Batman came out today. I hope that's good.
It came out. I've heard really good things. I'm super excited. I'm watching with my dad. But yeah. And Spike, if you need any more any co-commentators for the rest of the thing, I'm around.
All right, I'll let you know, bud. Yeah, might have a slot or 2 open. So, with that, chat, let's real quick just. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. Go away. Let's real quick just send you guys over to Rose Curel. She's doing some KH2 Rando right now. Go shake that poo booty. And I'll see you guys in about 50 minutes for match 3. All right, later, gamers. Bye-bye.
Bye.